everyone, Misty Ariel here from Citizenship Academy with Module 8, Lesson 10 today. For this one, we are going to be partitioning circles and rectangles, which means we're going to be dividing circles and rectangles into equal parts, into our halves, thirds, and fourths. We're going to be doing this on our own today, so you're going to want something to write with. A whiteboard of some kind is best if you have one, or a chalkboard, something that erases pretty easily. If you don't have one, that's fine. Paper, pencil, markers, whatever you have works, but go grab something so you can do this with me. Ready? All right, let's start off with some fluency practice. I'm going to give you a number, and then I want you to bundle and rename the unit. You'll see what I mean. So the first number I'm going to give you is 13 tens. What I want to know is how many hundreds and how many tens are in that number when we bundle it up. We change that around. 13 tens. So let's do this one together. When I think of 13 tens, I know that is over 10 tens, and 10 tens equals 100. So if I take 10 tens out of the 13 tens, I'm going to have 100, and then I will have 3 tens left. So I'll have 100, 3 tens. What would that number be in standard form? What would the value of that number be? Good, 130, awesome. All right, let's try this one. We'll do this one together too. So we have 26 tens and then 10 ones. Tricky. So looking at the 26 tens, how many hundreds would be in that number? Very good, that would be 2 hundreds. Now what's left over from the 26? Yes, the 6 tens, good. But now we have those 10 ones. What does 10 ones equal? 110, right? So we're going to add the 6 plus the 1 is going to give us 7 tens. When we have 207 tens, what's that number going to be in standard form? 270. Nice job. All right, I want you to try this one on your own, then we're going to go over it. How would we bundle 56 tens and 10 ones into hundreds and tens? Good, so let's start with our hundreds. If I'm looking at 56 tens, I'm seeing 5 hundreds and then another 6 tens. So when we look at our 10 ones again, we have 10 ones equals 110. So we're going to have to add that in. So 6 tens plus 110 is going to give us 7 tens. We end up with 507 tens. What would that number be in standard form? Nice job, 570. All right, I'm going to skip this one for now, and I want us to try this one. 90 tens equals how many hundreds? I like this one. Good, 900s. And what would that number be? 900, you're awesome. All right, let's try this application problem. Here we go. It says, Felix is passing out raffle tickets. He passes out 98 tickets. I'll write that number down. He passes out 98 tickets, and he has 57 left. How many tickets did he have at the start? So we don't know what the total was. We have no idea how many tickets he had to start off. That's our total. So I'm putting an equal sign there because I know that's going to be what we have all together. So he passed out 98, and he still has 57. So what are we going to have to do to these two numbers to figure out how many he had at the start? Good. We're going to want to add them together because we want to figure out how many he had to begin with, how many he had all together at the beginning. So I want you to try that on your own and come back when you get the answer. What'd you get? Good, 155. He had 155 tickets to start. Nice job. Okay, here we go. I'm excited for this one. All right, when something is divided into thirds, how many equal shares does it have? How many equal parts does it have? Show me on your fingers. 3. Thirds, 3. Awesome. The thirds in both of these rectangles look different. Even though they're different shapes, they are still 1/3 of the same shape. So even though they're different sizes, they're still showing 1/3 of the shape because each of those sections, no matter if they're vertical or horizontal, they are 1/3. 1/3 is shaded in and they're all equal. They both have 1/3 shaded in and 2/3, 1, 2, if you count the white spaces, are unshaded. 2 parts unshaded. All right. How is this circle divided? What could we say? Into halves. Good. How is this one divided? Into thirds. Awesome. I see 3 parts. It's divided into thirds. Which is bigger? Which is more? 1/3 or 1/2? Look at the shaded part. Is there more blue in 1/2 or more yellow in 1/3? Good. 1/2 is bigger. Why? Yes. So when we're dividing something into halves, we're only partitioning it into 2 parts. So those 2 parts are going to be bigger than if we divide it up into 3 parts. Think about a pizza. Would you rather have a whole half of a pizza or a little slice of a pizza? A whole half because it's cut only into 2 parts, so you get way more. Okay. We can also divide our circles into fourths or quarters. Say the word quarters. Good. We can call them fourths or quarters. This circle has 1/4 or 1/4 shaded in. See how there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts? 1/4 is shaded in. This circle has 4/4 shaded in, or 1 whole. If 4/4 are shaded in, or if the whole thing is shaded in, we say that is 1 whole. Right. So we got fourths and quarters, 2/4, 3/4. All right, now we did our rectangles into fourths and quarters. How much of this rectangle is shaded in? 1/4, 1 out of 4. How much of this rectangle is shaded in? 1/4. Good. 1 part is shaded in. There are 4 parts. What about now? Good. 2/4. What about this one? 2/4. Awesome job. What about now? The yellow one has 3/4. 3/4. Good. You're getting it. Now what? 4/4, 4/4, or 1 whole. Awesome. All right, get your whiteboards, get your papers ready. Here we go. We are going to draw equal shares on our own. So I want you to pretend that the rectangles we draw are sheet cakes. And the circle is a pizza. So we're going to draw lines, and I'm going to tell you how many to draw to cut the pizza and the sheet cake into halves, thirds, and fourths. So we're going to show different ways of partitioning and slicing the sheet cakes and the circles. So what I'm going to draw on my paper right now is draw a rectangle or a sheet cake and a circle so that I'm ready to go. All right, here we go. I would love you to draw a circle and partition it into fourths. Remember, pause the video if you need more time to do this. Okay, once your pizza is partitioned into fourths, I want you to color 3/4 of the picture, of the pizza. Color in 3/4 of the pizza. Should look like this. Now, I want you to, if you need to pause and you need to draw another pizza, go ahead. But now, if you're using a whiteboard, I want you to show me 2/4 of the pizza. Should look like that. 2/4 of the pizza. Good. Now, if you're using a whiteboard, it'll take you less time. If you need to draw another pizza, go ahead. Otherwise, if you're using a whiteboard, I want you to show me 1/4 of the pizza. If you need to pause and draw another pizza, go right ahead. I want you to show me 1/4 of the pizza colored in. Good. Now, show me 4/4 of the pizza. Your pizza doesn't have to be perfect. Show me 4/4 of the pizza. Ta-da! All right. Now, next up, so your cake up top, I want to see 1/4 of that cake shaded in. Oh, make sure your parts are equal. Mine was not. Show me 1/4 of that cake shaded in. Good. Now show me 2/4 shaded in. Good. 3/4. 4/4. Which would also be 1/2 of that sheet cake shaded in. All right. I gotta erase my cake. I would love for you to draw another sheet cake and partition it into thirds. Thirds. How many partitions, how many equal shares will we have? Good. Thirds. Show me 1/3. Wasn't ready. 1/3. 2/3. 3/3. Which equals 1. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right. Pizza time. Whoop. This is a little bit harder to draw, but I want your pizza broken into 3 equal shares. Broken into thirds. All right, show me 1/3. Oh, nope, show me 3/3. Show me 2/3. Show me 1/3. Now changed on us. Oh man, I gotta draw another pizza. 1/2 of my pizza. All right, draw a cake. Whew, this goes fast. 1/2 of a cake. Yeah. We did it! So we have thirds and halves and fourths. When you are drawing your shapes and when you are shading, make sure your parts are as equal as possible. I know it's difficult to draw completely equal parts, but make sure they're as equal as possible. And you're only coloring in, you're only shading in the parts that it's asked. So if it says 1, you color in 1. If it says 2, you color in 2. 3 is a whole if it's only 3 parts, okay? Make sure you're following directions, shading in the parts that are asked, and making sure your parts are as equal as possible. Nisha?